I need more ammunition, not a ride. And he hung up on that nigga. Now, it didn't really happen like that, but that is exactly what he said word for word. I ain't never seen a president so down with this shit in my life. Seriously, I don't want to fuck up your name, so I'll just say it like this. Ukrainian president, you're a fucking real one, yo. You're a goddamn hero.
My peeps, they fucking slaves. My peeps, they fucking braves.
Then Tricky Nicky goes off and he says, my peeps ain't fucking slaves. My peeps are fucking braves. And these two lines, he summed up the entire spirit and essence of Ukrainians in a rap song, yo. What up? The Ukraine is being invaded right now. And there are some hardcore motherfuckers holding it down. So a big shout out to all the Ukrainian soldiers who are fighting for their country. But you know who else is holding shit down? Ukrainian rappers. Now, before all this shit popped off, I began to wonder, 乌克兰有嘻哈吗? And it turns out, not only do they have a hip-hop community, but they also have some of the most respected rappers in all of Europe. Not only that, but a few of them are actually saying some real shit. One in particular I'm gonna talk about today. Now, this guy that I discovered is keeping it real. And he actually comes from the very city that they are fighting to protect right now. The capital city, Kiev. And this rapper goes by the name Tricky Nicky.
People who talk shit, call me, I'm wagging shit. Not around my pawn shit, not around my trip.
Tricky Nicky is only 24 years old. 这么年轻的饶舌歌手，应该要写一些大屌歌啊，我有钱，我有 man， 我是 underground, you know what I mean? Hell no. My boy is on some hardcore political shit. In fact, the biggest song he ever released, which has over 2 million views, is called Ride for Ukraine.
Damn, you're the bitch who never ride for Ukraine. People starving right here, you give a fuck but a man.
And this song is quickly becoming the theme for this invasion. Even though this song was released 2 years ago, over the past 4 days, it has jumped up over 500,000 views, yo. You have people from all over the world showing support and showing that they not only fuck with this song, but that they fuck with Ukraine. So at the end of this video, make sure you go and check him out and show him some support and some love in the comments from Taiwan. Now, the lyrics aren't great, and it's obvious English isn't his first language, but I gotta give the man his props at making a decent attempt at writing some bars. And it's not so much his flow or his rhyme scheme, it's more about what he's saying. So I'm gonna break down several lyrics of this song so you can understand just how real this shit is.
Damn, you're the bitch who never ride for Ukraine. Only trying to explore fucking lane.
Now the chorus is aimed directly at Vladimir Putin and his supporters within the Ukraine. So for years, Putin has consistently said that, oh, I love Ukraine, we're all one people, I just want to protect you from the Nazi regime and from oppression. But Nicky says, fuck that shit, you a lie, you don't ride for Ukraine, you just try to exploit it, fucking lame. And then in the next bar, he says,
this one for them realists who gon' die for the state.
This one for the realists who gon' die for the state. What he's talking about is those real hardcore Ukrainians who are willing to die for their country. And if you've been watching the news, then you've probably heard of them real ones on Snake Island who were surrounded by the Russian military. And when the Russians demanded that they lay down their weapons and surrender, and that is a definition of a real one, son. In the face of danger, in the face of death, you still stay true to who you are, what you represent, and what your country stands for.
This one for my killers, who gon' fight your campaign.
And then in that next line, he says, this one for my killers who gon' fight your campaign. What he's talking about is those Ukrainian soldiers and those people who are gonna stand up and fight against Russian oppression. Now, like I said before, this song came out 2 years before the shit that just went down. But man, it cuts deep, especially now. Because it ain't just the soldiers who are fighting this campaign. Right now, there are Ukrainian civilians who have taken up arms and are defending the capital. Not only that, but the president of Ukraine himself is standing with his people ready to defend his country. He even did some borderline action hero shit. Whenever Joe Biden called him up, was like, yo, we can help you evacuate, get you guys to a safe place, where most politicians would have been like, yo, man, get me the fuck out of here, I'm ready to bounce. My man said these very words, and I quote, I need more ammunition, not a ride. And he hung up on that nigga. Now, it didn't really happen like that, but that is exactly what he said word for word. I ain't never seen a president so down with this shit in my life. Seriously, I don't want to fuck up your name, so I'll just say it like this. Ukrainian president, you're a fucking real one, yo. You're a goddamn hero.
My peeps, they fucking slaves. My peeps, they fucking braves.
Then Tricky Nicky goes off and he says, my peeps ain't fucking slaves. My peeps are fucking braves. And these two lines, he summed up the entire spirit and essence of Ukrainians in a rap song, yo. And you think I'm lying? This tiny little Ukrainian woman walked up to a group of Russian soldiers, and all she had was a handful of sunflower seeds and a mouthful of bars. And before I play this shit, let me fill you in on a fun fact. The sunflower is the national flower of Ukraine.
Вы пришли на нашу землю. Какого хера вы пришли с оружием? Возьмите семечки, положите сырые, чтобы хоть подсолнухи росли, когда вы здесь ляжете.
In the words of Tricky Nicky, you's a fucking brave, homegirl.
Это, положите в карманы семечки.
That is some of the most gangster shit I've ever heard. Real talk. Don't piss off Ukrainian women, yo. And then on top of that, when you see the soldiers' response, you can tell that motherfucker's full of shame.
Наш разговор ни к чему не приведет. Давайте не будем усугублять эту ситуацию.
I don't understand Russian or Ukrainian, but even I could tell that that soldier was having trouble holding his shit together. He was stuttering and tripping all over his words and shit. I halfway thought he was gonna be like, Now, the last lines of this fuka nigga. 我跟你讲，我有听过大概几万多个饶舌歌，但是我没有听过这么 gang 的那句话嘞。
We be tripping, we be scheming just to live another day.
He says, we be tripping, we be scheming just to live another day. What he's saying is it's hard out here. We are fucking struggling, doing whatever we need to do to survive. Then he turns it around on his oppressors and he says, y'all be bossing, y'all kids flossing. Now we know who to flay. Bitch. Now, what makes this line so goddamn gangster? One word, flay. Let me explain the history of the word flay. This word came about in biblical times, specifically the Old Testament. To flay someone means to peel the skin off of somebody using a knife or maybe a whip, preferably while they're still alive. Yo, I've heard lots of shit about gangsters want to kill motherfuckers, maybe want to cut their heads off, but this is the first time I've heard someone say they want to cut your skin off, yo. Y'all really want to fuck with a group of people who are willing to do some shit like this? Russia, 你们真的选错人呢，小心烫 motherfucker. Ukrainians ain't fucking around, man. So about Tricky Nicky, I looked him up on social media and he hasn't been active on any of his platforms, so I hope he is alive and well and okay. And I put his Instagram down below. Make sure you follow him and show him some support. My man is a real one. Now, I found over 24 different hip-hop acts and rappers within the Ukrainian hip-hop scene. But unfortunately, most of them I've seen have disappeared. But there was one I found who's been described as the new hope of hip-hop in Ukraine. In fact, she's even made the New York Times, and people call her the Azealia Banks of Europe. Alanya. Homegirl has skill, she's got swag, and her music's pretty fucking dope. However, there was one thing that really hit me the wrong way. She previously stated that music and politics should be separate and not be mixed. Oh man. But now that has gotten real, I think she realizes that they are very closely intertwined. She's even been very active on Instagram, hourly posting stories to help people find food, shelter, and aid during the invasion. Now, I have said this before, but I'm gonna say this shit again. Hip-hop has always been political. From NWA to Tupac to Nas to Kendrick Lamar. We have always used this art form as a way to express the real shit that is going on in our community, in our society, and in our world. Yes, 写大岛歌很好玩，很舒服，很爽。But that is only the side distraction. It is not the primary focus. And to all my Taiwanese rappers out there, 我跟你讲, if you're gonna be about this underground shit, say you're real 嘻哈, 你是 underground, then you need to say some real shit. Otherwise, you fucking cosplaying, yo. Don't get it twisted. Taiwan is a great place, But it ain't all sunshine and rainbows, yo. We got economic issues, we got societal issues, and this PC bullshit is getting out of control. And although there are many people trying to compare the Russia-Ukraine situation to Taiwan and China, it's not really the same. But the one thing that we do have in common is that somebody over there is trying to take your shit over here. So what you gonna do about it? You live in a democratic society where you can say whatever the f you want, and the best you can come up with is 我鸡鸡很大，这妹妹很辣，想虐待我怕。What the fuck, yo? Give me something else. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe 那个黑人靠北叔叔想太多嘞。